good evening and welcome to Chief Jimbo TV. I hope everybody's had a great weekend. We've had so many subjects or so many themes this week that has been touched the nation. From Serena Williams' outburst at the US Open, we've had carnage in the Labour Party, we've had Mrs. May dancing in Africa, but also documentation from Trump's desk that got taken away by some of his aides. But today, I want to speak to you about something very important that's divided the nation and continues to divide the nation. Brexit phenomenon. Barnier, Brussels, the Bundesbank and Britain. What is the actual issue which is still raging? The problem with Brexit for different individuals is it the political framework we're looking at, or is it the economic framework? The lack of indecisiveness by the British government, the antisocial behaviour towards Britain by the Eurosceptics and the European Union led by Barnier. But as Britain, and as an outstanding nation, there's only 3 nations in Europe that cut the mustard. And the countries are Britain, Germany and France, the triangle. These 3 countries generate the revenue in the European Union to a maximum of at least 95% GDP of the whole European Union. So it leads me to a point. All the political actors and actresses in Europe will go after making all their political statements and all their ideologies, from hard Brexit, side exit, soft landing. These things don't mean anything. This is just for self-interest. The most important decision that will be made after October 18th in Brussels between Europe and Britain will be what framework, economic framework, are we going to agree with? Deal or no deal? Britain's economy will be affected in one way or the other. If we stay in or we get a bespoke deal with the European Union, the pound goes soaring, confidence comes back, the financial institution, Britain becomes still the #1 financial base in the world. But now, here's a critical decision which most people did not understand or did not comprehend. When Britain allegedly paid the £50 billion into the Euro coffers last year, before she triggered Article 50, was it a severance pay or was it to get access into the market? My hunch as a journalist, or somebody that looks deeply into this conversation, will be that the £50 billion allegedly paid by Theresa May and her government was for us to get smooth access into the single market. We can pay the price for that. But when you look at the other 24 countries in the European Union, Poland, Greece, Malta, Austria, Spain, Italy, there's a problem there. They do not contribute as much money as the 3 major countries which we call the productive European triangle, Britain, Germany and France. So, if Britain leaves, part of that triangle disappears. But I can assure everybody at home on Chief Jimbo TV that with that economic vacuum, with that revenue of at least 40% of the European Union's budget, the other 24 countries will not be able to fill that vacuum. And that is where Barnier, Brussels and the Bundesbank will come to the table and negotiate a similar deal which will benefit the United Kingdom and Europe. There's no need posturing or fighting or arguing or distorting facts. The United Kingdom needs a European Union and vice versa. We're in a bespoke economy of over 500 million people, and I believe that indecision by the 2 governments of Europe and the United Kingdom will have to stop, because we'll be declining our productivity, less information, and all the hedge fund people with money will run away. So the key thing to this confusion is, can the leadership or management decide one way or the other unequivocally that this is our economic position in Europe? But I believe the politicians will go, but our economic strategy and our economic agreement It has to be laid down for the next 30 years. So, what's Chief Jimbo saying and the crew? We are saying that there's nothing to worry about. A deal will be made and it will be in the interest of both parties. So, from Chief Jimbo and his crew, have a great evening and speak to you soon.